And good evening, good evening, wow, am I on the wrong side of the bed? Good afternoon, everyone. This is David John Oates. I'm your host for the weekly Reverse Beat Show, broadcast to you every week on Fridays from Adelaide, South Australia. And for our guest today, we're having on the show for the whole 2 hours, Jeff Toth, who is my right-hand man. Been with me for 20 years now. Jeez, 20 years already, Jeff. Wow.
Unbelievable.
I still remember seeing you for the first time, walking out the office in those military fatigues, you know.
Yeah. It's been quite a while, boy, but time flies fast, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does. 20 years. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a really interesting ride, hasn't it?
Well, it's bad. It's ups and downs, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't even had a chance to read the new book yet.
Haven't you?
No, I'm looking forward to being able to sit down and do that. And been busy with a lot of students lately.
Yes, you have. Let's just talk about that a little bit. And we had ended up with 27 students for this class. It's the biggest class I've had in ages. And of course, Jeff does all the tech support. So what sort of tech queries are you getting?
Oh, well, just the general stuff of, how it's done in the software. And, it takes a few go-throughs to get a handle on it. And once they do that and actually, I can watch them on the screen as they're working and make sure they're doing it correctly. And that really is a big help. And once you run them through it a couple times, they pretty much get it.
Yeah, right.
And then, of course, I never hear from them again. So,
well, that's a good thing.
That is, yes. But, a lot of times we got Windows issues to work out.
Oh, really?
I was just working with a student, and again, can't record, so you go into the sound settings and figure out that for some reason Windows installs with this recording channel disabled. I don't know why they do that. So,
right?
Just a pain. That's probably about the number one problem that I run into.
Oh, right. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Just people can't record because their recording channel's disabled, and don't know what to think about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I marked the first batch of homework yesterday from the new students. Good bunch of reversals. Oh, yeah. I was pleased. Yeah.
Well, I've been really pleased with the way the students are picking up on the software and getting it down and figuring out how to do the transcripts and everything. So, yeah, it's exciting to have more people. God, we need so many more people doing this on a daily basis.
Oh, God. I've gotten at least a half dozen requests for reversals on the Vegas shooting, and it's like, okay, fine, but I do it.
I've probably gotten that many too. Emails asking for them, and I know we got some coming for. You're going to play on Rents on Monday. Is that it?
Yeah, I've got some. I got on the Brother Paddock, which I did myself. So we'll play them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then I think Naomi was working on one of the recordings. So.
Oh, was she? Oh, good.
Yeah. So I think maybe we'll get some good reversals out of that too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good thing, 'cause I'm interested too. I don't have time to sit down and do it myself, so I want to find out what's going on myself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I don't have time, haven't. We get so many requests into the office for reversals on this, that, and the other. I wish we had a staff wish we had the money to pay for a staff of half a dozen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
We could have start our own news service.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, someone wanted to do that 20 years ago when I was on the Art Bell show. They wanted to start a First Week's news service.
But, the only problem with that is what news outlet would pay for it.
Indeed. Yeah.
certainly have to get into the mainstream a little more before they'll pay for it.
Yeah, I think so. That would be a very good thing to do once we get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen soon, sooner than later.
Yep. And of course, the real exciting thing we haven't quite started yet, but we're going to be starting in the new year is voice recognition.
Yes, going to start working on that.
Yep. The new app should be out in, I don't know, whenever it's out.
Well, I'm hoping for maybe the second week of December.
Oh, really? That quick?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then we're going to turn right around and immediately start on the Android version.
Yeah. Excellent.
So
Good.
Get those done. Yep. And then we're going to go on to the voice recognition. And that would be software that automatically finds the reversals for you.
Yep.
And that would make our job a lot easier.
It would revolutionize the whole field of reverse speech is what it would do.
Yeah, it would put the information in anybody's hand that wants it.
Yep, that's right. Anyway, so when you were on the show last, gee whiz, that was a few weeks back now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was wondering how long ago was that.
That's been a while.
Yeah, because I was looking on my Skype thing here where we connect through, and I don't even see where we did the call before October 2016. Was it before that?
Oh, I know. It was this year because we talked about. Oh no, that was when I was at your place. We talked about the big surprise we got coming up.
Right. That was May then.
That was May, was it? Right.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, look, I've been keeping something under wraps for 20 years. And haven't told anyone about it. Well, except for a couple of close friends like Jeff and a couple of others. And we're gonna tell you what this secret is and what I did. So, one of the things that reverse speech teaches us, among the many things it teaches us, is that there's a common collective unconscious that connects all individuals on the planet. And it's a universal energy field. Reverse speech calls it the whirlwind. The collective unconscious is very real. We've talked about it on this show several times, and played reversals from the collective unconscious that predict future events. We've played the reversal that predicted 911 before it happened, and then we had that one that's my favourite about the snowy highway when we had the reversal about driving in a blizzard, and a few weeks later.
Yeah. We had snow last night.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Wow.
Cold.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we're heading into summer and you're heading into winter. So.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, so there's a common collective unconscious. And residing in this collective unconscious is hundreds of metaphors. And probably more than hundreds, probably thousands of different metaphors. And these metaphors reflect the state of the planet as well as also influencing history. Some of the common metaphors that can appear in the collective, oh gee whiz, there's so many of them. Wolf, she-wolf, whirlwind. Whirlwind's the most common one of all. Whirlwind is about the energy field, the life source. So whirlwind appears many in reverse. The reason why I'm telling you all this is 20 years ago, actually 30 years ago now, I started an experiment to put a new metaphor in the collective unconscious. And my experiment was a success. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what this new metaphor is, and I'm going to play you lots of examples of it. And I think I should really read the section of my book that talks about it. Now it's 6 pages. I wonder how long that shouldn't take me too long to read, should it?
No, should be fine.
Okay. All right. We're going to read a chapter from my book, It's Only a Metaphor. And this is chapter 36. Okay? And to really understand the chapter, you've got to read the whole book. But let me just see what I can do here. So this is the start of chapter 36. Who knows? I might have even put the picture in myself, I said to George as I continued to verbalize my thoughts. We were halfway between San Onofre nuclear power plant and the Border Patrol checkpoint, traveling south on the 5. You? George was puzzled this time. What do you mean, you? How could you have put the picture in the collective that manifested the miracle? Well, it's sort of like this, George. I became very nervous all of a sudden. My stomach dropped to my boots. I hadn't told anyone this. No one. I had to communicate this in the right manner. I cautiously continued. You remember Jane, my daughter? She was the last one to appear. I knew it when you got the OJs mixed up. You see, when you put a new metaphor in the collective, it's sort of like waves on the ocean. You throw the stone in and the ripples gradually spread out to affect all. One stone can change the whole ocean. Yeah, I know that, George said. That's the basis of your whole message. I know you know it, I replied, but do you really know it? That's the real test. Can you believe it in your heart? No, sorry, you can believe it in your head, but unless you believe it in your heart, it isn't going to make a difference, right? Right. Good, I had his agreement. I continued. Okay, so this is for the heart. The irrefutable proof that not only is reverse speech in the collective unconscious quite real, but it's also very possible for one man to sit at home alone, close his eyes, imagine he's a wolf, and put his mark on history forever. George was listening intently. I definitely had his intention. This is what I did. When I came to the States 6.5 years ago to tell everyone about reverse speech, deep down inside I knew that no one would ever believe it. Now, of course, this is primarily because I didn't really believe in reverse speech myself fully yet. At least not in the heart I didn't. And I have been doing it full time for almost 6 years at that stage. So if I didn't believe in it fully, how could I possibly expect anyone else to believe in it? But my unconscious mind knew and believed in it. It contains a power of the I am within me, or my divine nature, that can create my whole world. The unconscious decided to demonstrate that divine power in a way that could not be denied. It began to put a new metaphor in the collective unconscious using she-wolf from the first week of November 1989, just before my 34th birthday. The name it put in was a name that was very important to me. My name. Or, to be more accurate, it marks the whirlwind with the new metaphor of Oates. George looked at me sideways. I would have too if I was him. Okay, I know this sounds a little bizarre, but please bear me out, I continued. This is how the unconscious did it. How are we going, Jeff? You got to sneeze.
Doing just fine.
Oh, okay. Now remember that the unconscious orchestrates behavior well before the conscious. Firstly, it publicly announced its intentions on page 51, 52, and 53 of my second book, Reverse Speech, Hidden Messes in Human Communication. This way, there can be no accusations of conclusion or just making up a story to explain coincidental events, because it was announced in writing beforehand in a book that was published in 1991. On these pages, there was a reverse speech transcript with an unconscious entity named Malok. Well, Malok was actually me, or to be more accurate, an independent intelligence in my unconscious, because it is my unconscious mind, it has access to all wisdom. The man under trance was also me. The trance was recorded late 1989. My unconscious, having experienced far more divinity than I ever will, decided to put my very own name into the collective unconscious to prove to me that its power really did work. So She-Wolf and my unconscious both announced their intentions with speech reversal in the transcript published in my second book. And these are reversals. Seen the lion's journey through ever. Remember, I'm the perfume. I see the garden, the Lord of lesson. See now the sixth lesson. The oyster's your lesson. We leave to mark the whirlwind. I am Aussie. These reversals mean that the part of my mind that knows all understands the operations of the collective unconscious, which is how the light reflects his will onto the world. The lesson he has to give us resides in the power of the oyster. The oyster is your lesson. The oyster is a metaphor for the unconscious. The pearl is a matured metaphor or the finished product of a long incubation period. This is the new consciousness now beginning to emerge in the collective. It's a process of the evolution of the mind. The dysfunctional metaphor is a grain of sand that entered the oyster that enabled the pearl to form. This process took eons, and as the oyster slowly learned how to protect itself from the sand. Gee whiz, I got a lot here. I wonder if I can skip a couple of pages. I am going to skip a couple of pages here, and we're going to go to. All right, okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I had to understand it all myself before I was ever ready to talk about it publicly. So my unconscious created its own reflection by putting the name Oates in the collective unconscious with She-Wolf trances that rode the whirlwind. Okay, let me skip a lot of theory here. Okay, the first manifestation of Oates was, appropriately enough, the Judas Priest trial and backward message in Reno, backward message in rock and roll that was held in the deserts of Reno, Nevada. It reflects the first stage of my research because that's where I began. Now it has become who I am. I'm a messenger of backward tapes. Naturally, it would be the first manifestation. It took approximately a year to surface after my arrival in the States and was the first budding of the metaphoric fruit. The Judas Priest trial also led to my very first appearance on American television. It was the Larry King Show. And they cut me off because I had a speech dysfunction. It sounds pretty ironic to me. Are you following this, Jeff? Is this making sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that always makes me laugh. How they cut you off just because you had a stutter.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, then as the months go on, the tree grows even more and another fruit appears on the vine. This buds in the form of Simone, which is the name of my firstborn twin daughter. This is the second manifestation of Oates. And Simone was the name of the secret code word I uncovered before Operation Desert Storm hit. The metaphor appears in the form of a dust storm in the desert. The word is Simone, which is the exact line CNN flashed on their screens with all this broadcast letter that talked about reverse sweeps leaked from the Office of Defense Secretary Dick Cheney. This was a major international event created as a direct result of me and my research. It caused quite a storm in Washington, and to use other words as CNN headlining story. As the news announcer said, is the president hiding secret code words backwards in his speech, and why would he do it? Now, to add to coincidence even more, the second manifestation of fruit also reflected the second stage of my research. I did music first, which was imaging the Judas Priest trial, and then moved on to researching backward messages in speech. This is what the second emergence of Oates was. Simone, my firstborn twin, and secret code words hidden backwards into George Bush's speech. This was the first time the American public was ever confronted with the phenomenon occurring in speech. You may yet my own personal involvement in it was deliberately suppressed. That's pretty amazing, David, George said, but it can still only be a coincidence. Well, of course it's a coincidence, George, I replied. Coincidence is how it all works. Remember the parable of the ark and the miracle of the number of plates that you just witnessed? The first fruit matures on the vine. This alters the collective, which alters the events of your life as your speech reversals, like ships, travel in the collective seas. Okay, let's skip a bit here. We're going through a whole lot of theory here. Okay, I'm skipping a couple of pages. First we have backward message in rock and roll, which is the first stage of my research. Then comes Simone, and backward message in speech, which is the second stage of my research. And then along comes David, my name, as the third manifestation metaphor fruit begins to bud in the collective. This manifestation pops up 100 miles south of where I live at the time in Dallas, Texas. It is in Waco in the form of David Koresh and the 7 seals of Armageddon. Then, even more ironic still, the entire seed centers around the playing of audio tapes through loudspeakers to try and get him out. I mean, this really is the twilight zone of the unconscious, because the third flowering also reflected the third stage of my research, and the final factor I needed to formulate my theory. Right, okay. I'm going to skip a little bit here. Okay, the third appearance of Oates was also when I received my first real warning. Don't go to the media or you'll be crushed. There we go. We'll be back after this to read the rest of this chapter and play you reversals that prove my point.
What if we already know how to prevent and to reverse every known so-called disease? What if the government is in cahoots with the allopathic system to hide this information from you to keep you weak and enslaved to their system? What if living a higher quality of life than you ever thought possible was available to you now? Well, it's true. It's easier and more cost-effective than you think, and so life-changing that your only regret will not be having done it sooner. Because you already know what the answer is. Royal Velvet Pure. You've heard Jeff talk about it. You've heard the incredible testimonies that it has scores of benefits and it works for everyone. Now you may not know this. We have partnered with Jeff to empower you, giving you an opportunity we do not give anyone else. When you buy 2 Royal Velvet Pure, we give you another one free. Want to take that first step toward freedom and positive transformation? Go to royalvelvetnow.com. Click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner or call us toll-free, 1-877-488-7423.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Okay, we are back. We are talking about how I have put a new metaphor in the collective unconscious, and the metaphor was my name, which I did back in 91. And we've been reading how that manifested into American history and media. Okay, so we'll continue on. The third appearance of Oates was also when I received my first real warnings. Don't go to the media or you'll be crushed. I'd previously been cut off the air for Judas Priest and ignored for Simone, but I did get some local press in Dallas for my Waco involvement despite the warning I received. I really don't know what to say, George said. I don't know how you did it, but I can't deny the incredible amount of coincidence you are giving me. Yeah, I know, I chuckled, and I can prove it too. I got all the video clips, the newspaper clippings and everything. And all you have to do is tape record Clinton or someone else in the media and play the tape backwards. You'll hear the word Oates scattered here and there. Then go back to 7 years before I arrived in the States and you won't hear it on any tapes before then. I paused and took a deep breath. For a brief moment I thought I could smell the odor of vanilla in the van. And now the best yet, the fourth manifestation of the Oates metaphor in the collective. This happened in the form of J. Appropriately enough, though, the last of my two twin daughters to be born. It's OJ and the final manifestation of my immediate American family named in the collective unconscious. It completes the cycle of the first metaphoric generation in a little over 5 years. It is the fourth manifestation and also the fourth stage of my research by connecting the forwards and the reverse together and using it in a practical manner. In this case, the exposure of lies and corruptions. Just turn a tape recorder on next time, reverses to say, I skinned them all. Thanks, OJ. It's the best metaphor of reverse speech that I've found in the major international case. Of course, this fourth manifestation shows the new metaphor is now approaching maturity. This can be seen in the picture of the reversible OJs. Oates, J, mirrors to J, Oates. Thus we have four manifestations of my name in the American media that reflect the four stages of my research in order that occurred. I have 3 children alive. My son Michael, who is now 16, has not lived with me since he was 2 years old. He was not there, at least not that I have seen. I paused and glanced at my phone. It had been a long time since I called my son. I won't talk about that. Oh, actually, I will. It had been a long time since I called my son. It was a shame that I still allowed the anger and resentment towards my first wife to hinder that relationship. Didn't linger in that thought too long and resumed talking. The odour of skunk in the van came and went. So, George, what do you reckon? I'm impressed. There's really nothing I can say, Dave, George replied. The evidence is all there. I think you might have actually gone and done it. Typical David Oates, where angels fear to tread. Yeah, I laughed, and while everyone said I was sabotaging my success, my unconscious chuckled away secretly and continued to sow the Aussies' wild oats into the collective. Why fight on the front lines as a lone soldier when you can march right on in through the gates at the backwards door? And it's really easy because there's hardly anyone knows it exists yet, although I'm sure I've got some company coming up once this book gets out. I'm the large white wolf. George shook his head in amazement and didn't even bother saying anything else. He almost resigned a week later. He said we're all doomed and Reverse Speak's never going to make it. I talked him out of it, but he wasn't in reverse reaction. It's just that he was afraid he really was a god. So basically, to sum up that whole chapter, I put my name in the collective unconscious starting 1991. And it manifested in American history in my journeys through America. The first one was the Judas Priest trial, Bracker Records in Rock and Roll in 91. And then came Simone, which was the American code word that Reverse Speech uncovered for Operation Desert Storm. And Simone, of course, is my firstborn daughter's name. And then came OJ, which is the letters of my daughter, second daughter, reversed. J. Oates, J-O, or reversed, OJ. Anyway, the book goes into how the various manifestations of the Oates metaphor appeared in the collective unconscious. Does that make sense, Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit hard to follow. I think if you got it in front of you in print, it's easier to follow. But
and of course, the whole book leads up to that chapter, so there's a lot of history behind it, and
absolutely, yeah. But there's no doubt the proof's in the pudding, and that's what you're going to play.
That's what we're going to play now. We're going to play you some reversals of Oates and David Oates in the public media, okay? And to prove to you that I have succeeded in putting my own name into the collective unconscious. And we're going to start off with one. Oh, gee whiz, software just froze. Great. Okay, just to close it out. Open it back up again. Come on, open. Okay, open. Okay, so here's the first one. This is on a client, I think. So here it is.
I used to do
Oh, hang on, that's not playing. All right, now we'll try it.
I used to do a number of things. I suppose my background is mainly in banks. I used to work in banks quite a bit. And then...
and this verse says, David Oates got the troubles. Wow. I'll be bothered. No doubt about that, is there? Very rare to hear a name in reverse, first and last name. I don't think I've heard of that ever.
Doesn't happen often.
No. You normally get the first name or the last name. All right. Okay, here's one on Bill Clinton. Now, this is an interesting metaphor because this occurred on Bill Clinton just a few months before my house fire. Okay, so here's the forwards.
Once again, our economy is the strongest on earth. Once again, we are building stronger families, thriving communities, better educational opportunities.
And this one says, seal the mouth from Oates.
Seal the mouth from Oates. Seal the mouth from Oates. Seal the mouth from Oates.
So there we go. And of course, Bill Clinton did indeed want to seal the mouth from Oates. And interesting, that happened a couple of months before the house fire. So
was that was before the Monica Lewinsky thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was before the Monica Lewinsky thing. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Well, that explains why you would want to shut up.
Indeed. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's seal the mouth from Oates. And here we have an instance of just my name by itself. I think this is on a client.
I'm frankly also, I think, changed quite a bit, personality-wise and character-wise.
And this says David Oates.
Yeah, without.
Huh.
Yeah, without.
There you go. Nice and
very
nice
clear.
And clear. All right, now this is one you couldn't hear the S on. Okay, but I like this reverse. I'm going to play it. If you can't hear the S, I'm sorry. So here we go.
So they have like the cards, credit cards, whatever. So if they would be issued with the prepaid card, this MasterCard, then they would get, each time they spend money, they would get 5%.
And this one says, David Oates rocks, but the S is right at the end. It's very faint.
David Oates rocked.
Yeah. Yeah, that S is, I think the S is there, Jeff. It's just faint. So.
Yeah. I could only get it maybe at the very slow speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we have Hillary Clinton talking about fake news.
From protecting the Great Basin National Park to restoring Lake Tahoe to leading the way on clean energy.
And this one says, oh, hot David Oates.
Oh, hot David Oates.
Huh. I'll be bothered. Maybe I was hot. I don't know. Back in those days. not anymore. Grey, balding. What can I say? Incidentally, just digressing momentarily. The book, It's Only a Metaphor, talks all about all about the world in which we live as a reflection of the unconscious. Okay, and I just had eye surgery, and I can see almost 20/20 vision out of the eye that's done. They're doing the next eye in a couple of weeks. So my vision is all clearing up, and I'm throwing away my glasses. I wonder what the metaphor for that is. Because reverse speech teaches us that whatever happens to us and in our world is a metaphor for something else that's going to happen in our life. So clearing up my vision. I can see without glasses. Does that mean that I can see my road with reverse speech clearer? I don't know. Interesting metaphor, isn't it, Jeff?
Yes, yeah. It would be interesting to find out what that metaphor is. Must have something to do with Western medicine.
Yeah, it must have.
That's very strange.
All right, here we have Mattis talking about Assad and chemical weapons.
This other effort that came up in the midst of that had to be addressed.
Now, this is just my first name, David. I had a sin.
David, I had a sin. David, I had a sin.
Or it could be they had a sin.
David, I had a sin.
Oh, is that they or I? Let's play that again.
David, I had a sin.
I think it's they.
David, I had a sin. David, I had a sin.
What do you reckon, Jeff?
Boy, it's tough to call.
One, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's could be, he's saying I, but, also they. He might be referring to the metaphors within himself, too. It's, many metaphors within, so.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. All right, here we have John McCain talking about Trump's decision to strike Syria.
And I'm glad that he seems to rely on that national security team that you and I talked about earlier. That's as good a team as I've ever seen.
And this one says, Oates, we see the bell.
Oates, we see the bell.
Huh.
Oates, we see the bell.
There it is.
Oates, we see the bell.
So there's Oates on McCain. Here is, I think this is a client again.
The indices levels have tripled since then. And so in a way, this reversal is good because it's a correction. It's a healthy correction and gives the market, another kind of upside.
And this one says, Oates is there to serve with us.
Oates is there to serve with us.
Oh, that's clear.
Oates is there to serve with us. Oates is there to serve with us.
Of course, it's one thing to hear it on session work clients who know me, so you can explain it that way, okay? But when you start hearing it on public media people, of which I have no contact with, for example, here is Obama's farewell address.
That creed, reaffirmed by those who planted flags from foreign battlefields to the surface of the moon. A creed at the core of every American whose story is not yet written.
Okay, so could Oates be a coincidence? Well, this one narrows it down even more. It says Aussie Oates in the crime.
I'm zero Sunikam.
I'm zero Sunikam. I'm zero Sunikam.
So, okay, Aussie Oates narrows it down a little bit more, doesn't it? Hey.
Yeah, it sure does. What would you put as a meaning to that reversal?
Oh, gee whiz. Aussie Oates in the crime. Well, I'm fighting crime. I'm unraveling
information. There's truth in the crime?
Truth in the crime?
Yeah. Aussie Oates might stand for truth. That's what reverse speech gives us, is the truth.
True. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, the Aussie narrows it down even more to be me, and then we've got another reversal coming up that narrows it down even more. Although David Oates is pretty pretty pacific, isn't it? I mean, we just don't get full names in reverse speech. It just doesn't happen. You get first names or last names, but you rarely hear it in full. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, this just uses the name David, which couldn't be someone else.
That they have done, day in, day out.
That's Obama. This one says, I am the head, not David.
I am the head. Not me, but... I am the head. Not me, but...
Yeah, well, that could be. That's not Oates. It could. I mean, you need a little more. Okay. So we'll do this one. Here's Obama talking about the Orlando shooting.
This could have been any one of our communities.
And it says, I'll win it, David Oates.
I'll win it in that middle.
Huh.
I'll win it in that middle.
There it is.
I'll win it in that middle.
So you start hearing in full, and you got to start asking all sorts of questions, don't you? And here's John Podesta.
System, one in which this phenomenon of fake news has exploded. Donald Trump uses the phrase fake news essentially to apply to any story he doesn't like or any poll that he disagrees with.
This one says, I see much blood with Oates. Wow. Gee, I wouldn't give myself that much power.
Yeah, I wonder if that's prophetic.
Yeah, wow.
You know, there's going to be when reverse speech becomes available to everybody, there's going to be a lot of people that don't want it.
Oh, yeah. We've seen that in the 20 years on a small scale, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what it would be like on a large scale.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got that one reversal that says we deal with revolution.
Hey, I was just looking for that.
Yeah.
I must have said it backwards. We're on the same path. So, yeah. So here's what the significance of reverse speech is, and this is reverse speech practitioner Jack Johnston talking about putting a new metaphor in the collective.
What other metaphor would be the optimum metaphor that we could put out into the world that would attract people's interest and enthusiasm and would attract the right kind of people to the process and to our mission and to the work that we do.
And this says, we deal with revolution.
We deal with revolution.
Wow.
We deal with revolution.
Nice and clear.
We deal with revolution.
And of course, that's ultimately what reverse speech will lead to. I mean, I don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But
and it's not a revolution against any government or anything. It's a revolution within ourselves.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. An inner awakening as reverse speech gets out there and gets known, you know. So, and it is a revolution. It's a whole new change of thinking, a lifestyle, and
consciousness.
Yep.
Right. You know, but it's kind of scary to people to think that you have to live your life in complete truth.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I think most people would find that difficult to do, including myself.
Indeed. Me too.
You know. So, yeah, it's going to be quite a change.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So we deal with revolution. That's the ultimate mission of reverse speech. Well, mission is maybe the wrong word, but that's certainly what it's going to.
Well, I think that was the word he used forwards with it.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's play it again. Here's the forwards.
What other metaphor would be the optimum metaphor that we could put out into the world that would people's interest and enthusiasm and would attract the right kind of people to the process and to our mission and to the work that we do.
And we deal with revolution.
We deal with revolution.
Wow.
We deal with revolution.
Radio Evolution.
Wow. Speaks for it all, doesn't it?
Amazing.
Yep, it certainly is. Yep, okay, so, let's have a look. Here's John Podesta, talking about Clinton's emails.
But the scope of it, who knew what when, the fact that...
And David Oates sit apart is the reversal.
David Oates sit apart.
Wow.
David Oates sit apart. David Oates sit apart.
And look, all anyone has to do is sit down with a tape recorder and headphones for, I don't know, get some of Trump or public media, run it backwards. I guarantee you're going to hear Oates in there. It's they're everywhere. I just don't document it. I go right past them. I don't even think about them anymore. So we've still got a lot more reversals to play yet. But yeah, so basically what I succeeded in doing was writing my name into the collective unconscious. And now Oates is a new metaphor, along with the many hundreds of other metaphors in the collective. I should try to think what the Oates metaphor means, shouldn't I? I wonder what it means. Huh.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to represent maybe the truth that reverse speech gives us.
Sure, I think it will.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and maybe the process of discovery when you're doing your own speech reversals or analyzing speech in reverse and just the whole process, it seems like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, all right. Well, anyway, so we just played David Oates' Sit Apart. See, what's fascinating to me is they're coming in full. I mean, and you really can't deny it when it comes in full. David Oates. I mean, wow.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, normally we just get first name, maybe a last name, sometimes a nickname.
Yep. Yeah, but not whole names in full.
I can't recall one time I've found a whole name.
No, I
think of it. So, other than David Oates.
Yeah, wow. Oh, I succeeded. I put my name in the collective unconscious. That's what I wanted to do. And so that's sort of like like a pretty strong, solid proof that the collective unconscious is there, and we can manipulate it. We can work with it. We can play with it. This puts evolution into our hands. We can now control evolution, is what that means. If you can write to the collective unconscious, which I've proven you can do, then you can change anything. I mean, the implications are just dynamite. So.
Yeah, and it's interesting this is coming out just about the time that we can physically affect our own evolution.
Yep.
Because now they're talking about they're getting the ability where the designer babies, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You can have what you ask for, and it takes our physical evolution out of the hands of natural forces and puts it into our own hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah.
All right, here we have Pompeo, CIA director. Wow, here we go.
As the CIA director, it is my sworn duty to uphold the Constitution and defend our national security.
This one says, fuck it over, David Oates. Ha! I'll be bothered. Well, I think if anyone thinks I'm full of rubbish or I'm slightly delusional or lost it, well, I think these reversals show that, hey, there's something to that. And I didn't find these reversals, these ones. Naomi found all of these ones. She's just been emailing them to me, and I've been slowly building up my David Oates file and getting more and more reversals. This is what we talked about last show, wasn't it? The little secret we had to reveal and announce. I was going to wait until my book was out, and a few people have read it before I did this.
Right.
So if you want to, we've still got more reversals to play, but if you want to know exactly how I did this and what the implications are, you got to go and get my book. Go to my autobiography. Go to itsonlyametaphor.com. Okay, that's all one word. Itsonlyametaphor.com. And go and get a copy of my book. Big book, big read. Find out how it all happened. See you after the break.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back, or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then Reverse Speech Session Work is for you. With Reverse Speech Session Work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech Session Work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Known worldwide as the most consistently fascinating, informative, and unique program on radio, the Jeff Rense program can be yours to listen to anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to hear it. For pennies a day, our subscribers can download any of Jeff's thousands of programs featuring a treasury of newsmakers, researchers, eyewitnesses, and incredible subjects, all in MP3 commercial-free, crystal-clear 56-bit digital sound, and take these often unforgettable programs with them wherever they go. As a subscriber, you can also listen live at airtime, online, anywhere in the world, or browse through our archives of over 6,000 hours of legendary broadcasts. Subscribe now by taking the link at the top of Rense.com and enrich your mind with the most unique panorama of vital information and the best independent, honest journalism in radio. Look for the Subscribe Now link on Rense.com and give yourself the knowledge you need for these unprecedented times. You're listening to the Rense Radio Network, nationwide and worldwide on the net and at Rense.com.
Oxygen. It's nature's oldest therapy and plays an essential role in destroying viruses, bacteria, mold, yeast, and fungus, and keeping the human body healthy and strong. Now, you can give your body and your immune system a mega boost of disease-fighting oxygen with all-natural Oxy-C. With so many people now leading a sedentary indoor lifestyle, most are in a chronic state of oxygen deprivation, which sets up a perfect environment for disease, general fatigue, and a host of other symptoms. Oxy-C is yours in simple, convenient capsules. Nothing to mix, nothing to hassle with. Take it with juice or water anytime. Feel a cold or flu approaching? Have no energy or spark anymore? Try all-natural Oxy-C and prepare to be amazed. Oxy-C is only available from New Earth Health Solutions at Rense.com. Look for the New Earth banner at Rense.com.
Are you prepared for the future? Do you know how to navigate past the upcoming dangers before it's too late and seize budding opportunities before others do? Forecasting worldwide since 1980, Gerald Celente, publisher of the Trends Journal, provides timely and accurate trend forecasts that have earned him the reputation as the most trusted name in trends. The proof is in the hundreds of accurate forecasts Celente has made over the past 30 years. The 1987 stock market crash, the clean food trend, the dot-com bust. The Trends Journal alerts subscribers to early, subtle signs of crucial trends that will shape our future. It allows readers to anticipate change, recognize the implications, and take proactive strategies. Put your money where your mind is with Gerald Celente's brilliant and indispensable indispensable Trends Journal. Go to trendsjournal.com or call 845-331-3500. That's 845-331-3500.
Known worldwide as the most consistently fascinating, informative, and unique program on radio, the Jeff Rense Program can be yours to listen to anytime, anywhere, whenever you want to hear it. For pennies a day, our subscribers can download any of Jeff's thousands of programs featuring a treasury of newsmakers, researchers, eyewitnesses, and incredible subjects, all in MP3 commercial-free, crystal-clear 56-bit digital sound, and take these often unforgettable programs with them wherever they go. As a subscriber, you can also listen live at airtime, online, anywhere in the world, or browse through our archives of over 6,000 hours of legendary broadcasts. Subscribe now by taking the link at the top of Rense.com and enrich your mind with the most unique panorama of vital information and the best independent, honest journalism in radio. Look for the Subscribe Now link on Rense.com and give yourself the knowledge you need for these unprecedented times.
You've heard the ads on this radio station about Royal Velvet. You know you want and need the benefits that Royal Velvet offers, but you haven't gone to the website royalvelvetnow.com. You've procrastinated. You haven't started your journey towards dramatic improvements in that vim, vigor, and energy you've always wanted. Reward yourself. You deserve it. No, really. All you have to do is go to royalvelvetnow.com, click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner, and order a couple bottles of Royal Velvet, which is a month's supply, and you're on your way to experiencing the most life-changing product in the world. Oh, by the way, to experience just how powerful Royal Velvet is, do what thousands of our clients have done. Stop taking all your supplements and just take Royal Velvet. Do it for a month. You will feel better, look better, and be dramatically better. And besides being blown away by the results, you'll also be ecstatic over the huge amount of money you saved. There are 1,440 minutes in a day. It takes less than 5 minutes to place an order at royalvelvetnow.com. Go there now. Your life will never be the same.
Scientists in England have succeeded in stabilizing the time-honored substance in garlic that destroys harmful bacteria, viruses, molds, yeast, and fungus. This all-natural microbe killer is called Allicin C, and it's now available to you in 100% vegetarian capsules only on the New Earth page at Rense.com. This powerful broad-spectrum antimicrobial agent is harmless to friendly bacteria and has been concentrated to equal an astonishing 35 cloves of garlic in each vegetarian capsule.
Okay, we are back for the second hour of the weekly reverse speech show. My ghost?
Ghost?
Yes. You're a ghost, Jeff, are you?
I think I'm still alive.
I hope so.
So sometimes I don't feel like it, but...
My guest is Jeff Toth, who is, my right-hand man, I guess. I don't know. There's so many other... Yeah. We've got a lot of staff now. We've got Annie, of course, working for me almost full-time. Annie's my sister. She handles all the...
Thank God for that.
I'd be lost without her.
Yeah, so would I.
Really, yeah. She's whipped the whole office into shape, got all our books up to date, and she handles students' homework and... Yeah, all the admin stuff. A lot of admin involved in reverse speech.
The whole training program that I used to handle.
Yeah, right.
If I had to do that along with all the technical stuff now, that I just couldn't keep up.
Oh, well, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Annie, then we have Kay, and you don't know Kay, Jeff. Kay's our accountant. She works a couple of days a week. So,
right.
And then we have Deb Fitzgerald. She works for me not full-time, part-time. She marks the homework. Well, I mark the homework. She takes all the notes, and then she writes reports for the students and sends them off. So we have a very good system for all you students out there, okay? Or all your potential students. We're well organized and streamlined. We've got a little production line going here. And then we have, who else do we have working for us? We have Naomi, who who finds all my reversals for my rent show. I'd be lost without her. There would never be a radio show without Naomi. And who else is on my payroll? Who else is you? I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot more than we used to have.
Yeah. Well, the business is growing, slowly but surely. Word spreading. So, I'm not advertising anymore, Jeff. I've given advertising a miss. It's never really worked for us. I spent a lot of money and not got anything for it,
I understand. This really spreads like wildfire through word of mouth, though.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, that's where all my business has come from the last couple of years. Now it's word of mouth. So.
Yeah, and from the clients, the people around them who see the changes in them and wonder what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. And they start asking questions, and it's a wonderful process. It's kind of a grassroots thing.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it is grassroots. Gee, you got me talking an accent, Jeff.
So, yeah.
It's funny when I got home from America. Oh, gee, 17 years ago now. Gee, can you believe that? I left America 17 years ago.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
People said I had an American accent. Okay,
yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, before meeting up with you, I worked as an electrician, and I worked a lot down south. Kind of picked up a little bit of a southern accent, and then I came over to Australia, and I didn't think so, but people said I picked up a little bit of an Aussie accent, and I come back to Oregon and talk to somebody, and they asked me, well, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Oregon. And they say, well, you sure got a funny accent for Oregon.
No, you don't have much of an accent.
No, I didn't think so either, but when I got back, people said I did.
Yeah, well, got a few words here and there, I guess.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I really thought I hadn't. It was kind of strange that, I didn't pick it up, but couldn't get it.
Yeah.
It took me 3 months before I could understand what anybody was saying to me. There's a person standing in front of me speaking English, and I couldn't understand a word they just said.
Yeah, accents are a strange thing, aren't they?
Yeah. And so for about the first 3 months when I was out in public, I kept my mouth shut too.
Right, yes.
The minute I said something, you're a Yank. Yeah, and I was singled out, that's for sure. But, kind of funny how that works. Reverse speech kind of works that way when you first start listening to speech reversals.
Yeah.
You're not really going to hear that much right off, but after time and experience and listening to it, you begin to pick it all up, and you wonder why other people can't hear it.
Yeah, exactly right. Yep. Takes a bit of time. I tell you, this first batch of homework, did I say this already? I can't remember. First batch of homework, Mark, was excellent. Excellent.
Good.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in this class, more so than normal, about what an actual reversal is. And how to actually find what a real reversal as opposed to imagination. And, the skeptic will say, you're all imagining this. Well, in one sense, they're right. You can imagine anything you want to in the battery gibberish. You don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We see examples of that a lot, too.
Yep.
People documenting everything in reverse.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just not there.
So if you want to know what a real reversal is, as opposed to a fake one, then sign up for training. I'll teach you how to do it. Next class is in April, but don't fool yourself. We got, cutting off at 25. I think we got 8 students for the April class already, Jim. So,
yeah. That's pretty good.
All right, let's look at some more Oates reversals. Here we have Rex Tillerson.
Restoring that trust. And ultimately, it will touch on all of these issues.
And a real opponent, suck on Oates.
Real opponent, sir, and they're what you.
Huh.
Real opponent, sir, and they're what you.
There's got to be.
Real opponent,
There's got to be a meaning to the oats metaphor. I wonder what the meaning of it is.
Yeah. Well, in that context, first of all, that reversal, he's almost like singing it.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But that classic melodic sing-song tone.
Oh, yeah. Very clear. That's the good ones, when it sounds like they're singing them.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, have to research that one a little bit more to figure out what oats means, but it's like he's telling somebody that he wants them to face whatever the oats metaphor means.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's true.
And it's a real opponent. Real.
Uh-huh.
So that's good. That's a good reversal.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So what was... I just played Tillotson. Here's Tompkins 19. Who's Tompkins? Let's just play it.
Anyway, this fellow was associated with my dad, who was a whole other complete different story because both of them were 33 level 3 Masons.
Oh, this is some bloke being interviewed on some radio show. I don't know who it is or what show it is. Which is interesting. Now, this isn't a public media figure, okay? So, and this is a very long reversal. Do you feed the song with the corpse sucking the oats? Here we go. Oh, my God, it's all there. Oh, wow. Very rare to find long reversals like that. Let's play it again. Do you feed the song with the corpse sucking the oats? I'll be bothered. It's all there. Huh.
Wow.
Wow, what a reversal. Oh, my God. Gee whiz. Oats seems to be... People seem to be intimidated by the oats. I'm getting into the terms of intimidation. Are you getting that sense from these reversals?
Well, yeah. It's, like oats is to face yourself, your true self, or to face the truth.
I think that's what it means. Yeah.
Something close like that. But, yeah, it's definitely got a meaning that scares people.
It certainly does, yeah, because some of these oath reversals are quite aggressive.
Yeah, or these people are wishing that upon whoever they're talking about, wishing that they face themselves or face the truth or something when they say that, suck on the oats or something. That's, what I get out of it is that they're actually trying to wish that upon somebody.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, so here's one on Trump that shows this intimidation thing. Here's the forward.
Why didn't Hillary Clinton announce that, I'm sorry, but I have been given the questions to a debate or a town hall, and I feel that it's inappropriate, and I want to turn in CNN for not doing a good job.
And this one says, David Oates may shock.
Yeah, but no, it's shock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's shock.
See, that's that...
yeah, but no, it's shock.
The truth may shock.
I agree. I think that's what the Oates metaphor means. It's the coming of truth, revealing of truth. And it is shocking. It is shocking.
Yeah. To those who hide from the truth, it is.
Yeah.
Which is most of my government.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I gave I gave an instruction in class last week, and said, if you're going to be successful at reverse speech, you've got to leave all your belief systems at the door. Okay, don't believe in, if you're a Republican or Democrat, you believe in reincarnation or ETs or whatever it is. Got to leave it all at the door, because the truth is often different than what we think it will be.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's why David Oates may shock. So these are all in full. I mean, we've played about a dozen reversals that have my name in full. It's just really quite amazing, isn't it?
Yes.
And, of course, the Oates as a single word comes up fairly often too. I just don't document. I should start documenting them. I just really got these ones that Naomi has found. Mm-hmm. But whenever I'm doing media tapes, I hear it. You know, every tape I do, there's a reference to Oates. So it's becoming a common metaphor.
Yeah, for sure. There's that one on Trump that has the word Red Wolf in it.
Oh, yes, I'm going to get to that. All right,
yeah.
Let's just play this one on Trump, then I'll play the Red Wolf.
Okay.
Here's this Trump one.
For too long, we've watched our middle class shrink as we've exported our jobs and wealth to foreign countries.
This one says, David Oates can use that.
David Oates can use that?
Huh.
David Oates can use that?
Huh.
David Oates can use that?
Don't know what. He can use what? Hang on, let's listen to the forwards again.
For too long, we've watched our middle class shrink as we've exported our jobs and wealth to foreign countries.
I don't know what David Oates can use that would mean. Huh.
Don't know.
No. Right. Okay.
That's that one.
Yep, and okay, so let's go to the Red Wolf one. Okay, for those who don't know, I have an Indian name. I've been named into the Lakota Sioux tribe. I had a little naming ceremony at the Denver powwow in 98.
9? Was it 8?
I don't know, 98 or 99.
Yeah.
And they named me, they gave me an Indian name, and my Indian name is Red Wolf. Or it's pronounced Luta Sugamaitu Tunka. There you go, I can pronounce it. Luta Sugamaitu Tunka. That's what it is in Indian.
You wonder what the reversal is on that.
Don't think I'm going to find out. And I have a red wolf tattooed onto my right shoulder. And, which is actually ironic because I got the tattoo before the naming into the tribe, so I must have known it was coming up. So you can actually see the tattoo if you go to davidoates.com. We've got a picture of it on the trivia little bits of trivia information about David Oates. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this one.
And of course, my email address is redwolf@adam.au. Sorry, Jeff, I interrupted you.
Oh, well, I was just going to say this reversal amazes me for a couple reasons. And the first one is that it singles it out that it's not talking about another David.
Right. Absolutely.
Red Wolf David, that can only be you. You've got the tattoo, and you were indoctrinated into the Lakota Sioux tribe as Red Wolf. I remember that well. And, and then the other thing is, how does he know that? That's collective unconscious knowledge, or has he studied up on you?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. I think it's narrowing down. This can only be me. Anyway, let's play it. Here's the forwards.
And we're going to straighten out the VA for our veterans. I've been promising that for a long time. And something I feel very, very strongly. So.
And the reversal is that's the Red Wolf, David. Wow. I mean, that's clear as day. See, that can only be me. Which other Davids would have a name Red Wolf?
Exactly. And that just amazes me that it would show up like that. If he pulled it out of the collective unconscious, that's an amazing process.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the government knows everything about you too.
Oh, I'm sure they do. There's probably a nice big thick file on me, I'd imagine.
Yeah, maybe he read through your file and and didn't consciously pick it up, but saw it somewhere in the file. Who knows?
Yeah, so there you go. That like you say, that totally narrows it down. That could refer to no one else. So,
yeah.
All right, here we have another one on Trump.
That was almost as disgraceful as the failing New York Times story yesterday. And it talked about, you saw front page.
Okay. This reversal is never say Oates is not doing your life.
Say your Oates is not growing your life?
I'll be bothered.
Say your Oates is not growing your life?
Yeah, certainly there.
Say your Oates is not growing your life?
Huh. I'll be bothered. Huh. Wonder what that means. I don't know.
Something like never say that truth is not within your life or something, doing your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you hit the nail on the head, though, Jeff. These are all about truth. That's what.
Yeah, truth or the process of finding truth.
Yeah.
Maybe. So.
Yeah. Here we have another one on Trump.
I don't know. Who knows? But I can tell you what I said. That's not strong enough. Some people said it was too strong. It's not strong enough. But Kim Jong-un, I respect the fact that I believe he is starting to respect us. I respect that fact very much. Respect that fact.
And this one says, signing Oates concept.
Signing Oates concept.
Huh.
Signing Oates concept.
I'll be bothered.
Signing Oates concept.
Signing, agreeing to, concept. What's my concept? My concept is we must all live in truth. Reverse speech is here to bring truth to the world. So is Trump saying we're here to move into truth? Would be. Signing Oates concept. Huh.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, all right, okay. What else have I got here? Let's have a look. I think I'm running out of reversals I've got saved. Yes, I am. I've got one last one in my file. Of course, there's hundreds of them. I just haven't documented them, you know. You can verify this very easily. If you're a reverse speech student or analyst or practitioner, just go and grab any media broadcast and reverse it. You're going to find my name there eventually. I'll find it probably every half-hour tape I do. I'll find at least one reference to it. But like I say, I don't document him. I just go over them. It's just, okay, there's another one. But I remember when I first started finding out, what on earth are these all about? My own name in reverse. That's rather freaky stuff. All right, so here we have one on Trump. Let's play it forwards.
I'm asking you to join me in this effort. It's time to restore the bonds of trust between citizens.
And this one says, this love with Oates.
Huh.
Yeah, well, Trump doesn't seem to be totally intimidated by the Oates metaphor, does he?
Not totally.
Yeah, interesting character. So there you go, folks. That's my big secret. I've been keeping this secret for, I started doing it in 91. So what's that? 25 years.
Almost 26 years.
26 years, yeah. Yeah, so this has been under wraps for 26 years. Don't even talk about it in class, So, I did have Oates in the dictionary at one stage. I think I took it out, and it's just left the generic Oates one in there, Oats, which is also a metaphor in its own right, meaning new growth. Like you think of the fields of oats,
Yeah, that's a different kind of oats, though.
That's a different Oates, yes, and it's matter of trying to work out which one it is. And of course, reverse speech gets like that sometimes with double meaning words or words that have two meanings depending on context. It gets a bit difficult to sort it out. So, anyway, there's our break. We'll be back for the last segment of the DJO show right after this.
What if we already know how to prevent and to reverse every known so-called disease? What if the government is in cahoots with the allopathic system to hide this information from you to keep you weak and enslaved to their system? What if living a higher quality of life than you ever thought possible was available to you now? Well, it's true. It's easier and more cost-effective than you think, and so life-changing that your only regret will not be having done it sooner. Because you already know what the answer is. Royal Velvet Pure. You've heard Jeff talk about it. You've heard the incredible testimonies that it has scores of benefits and it works for everyone. Now you may not know this. We have partnered with Jeff to empower you, giving you an opportunity we do not give anyone else. When you buy 2 Royal Velvet Pure, we give you another one free. Want to take that first step toward freedom and positive transformation? Go to royalvelvetnow.com. Click on the rinse icon in the upper right-hand corner or call us toll-free, 1-877-488-7423.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then reverse speech session work is for you. With reverse speech session work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for reverse speech session work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503-568-7077.
Okay, we are back for the final segment of the DJO show, this week's show. My guest is not my ghost. My guest is Jeff Toth. I almost said Jeff Albrecht. Oh,
boy.
I'm messing up tonight, aren't I? Jeff
Toth.
Well,
that's me.
Jeff has been with me for 20 years now. Lived in Australia for 5 years until the government kicked him out.
Yeah. I'd have stayed there the rest of my life, given the joys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. Great country, Australia. It's doing very well.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It has less people in it than Los Angeles County.
in the whole country. Yeah, I know.
In the whole country, right. That's just amazes me.
And it's big. It's larger than continental United States. And
Oh, yeah. I was an American coming to Australia. I thought, this island country, I'm just going to explore it. It just take a lifetime to explore Australia,
Yeah, well, I'm getting the camping bug, Jeff. I've just bought a tent and accessories and stocked up on MREs and put my ham radio in my car. I got to sync those photos. I've got all the antennas on there now. I'll send you some photos of them to put on the David Oates site. So, I'm heading down to Kangaroo Island first. Next week I got a friend from America coming and staying with me for 2 weeks, so that'll be good. Looking forward to that.
Sounds fun. Go camping.
Yep, and then next year, heading up to Ayers Rock, which is the big red rock in the middle of the outback. So, going up there with the kids and grandkids.
Now known as Uluru.
That's right. Yes, I know. Uluru. That's the Aboriginal for it.
Yeah, they changed the name back in respect for their religion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, very prominent. Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, I noticed when I was living there, you know, a lot of the Australians have a lot of respect for Uluru.
Oh, yeah.
Ayers Rock. You know, they don't like to go climb on it or, you know, mess around with it because it's, you know, such a big thing in the Aboriginal belief system. So.
Yeah. I don't think you're allowed to climb the rock now. I think they stopped that because it was wearing it away, you know.
Well, sure, yeah. Yeah, I saw a show about it not too long ago. It's like, it's one big rock and it's 2.5 miles deep or something.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, just an incredible size of just one big chunk of rock.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've never been there, so I'm going to so we're heading up there beginning of 2018.
Yeah, and it's hot there.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had, 142 degree temperature there once?
Oh, yeah, yes, I know.
Something like that. Just incredible.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, I had the aircon fixed on my car. It's been
That's a good thing.
I figured, now I better get it fixed this time.
Sure.
So now it's like a fridge in my car. All ready for some. Yeah. So there we go, folks. I have written my name into the collective unconscious. And those of you who've been around me for a long time will know I've often talked about putting a new metaphor in the collective unconscious. But little did you know that I already had. And I just wasn't going to tell anyone. I didn't think people would believe me. I thought they would think I've gone crazy. Maybe they do. Maybe I've lost all my listeners. Oh, no.
Well, your work's valid, but they still think you've gone crazy.
Look, mate, if you listen to tapes backwards for 34 years, I don't know how anyone can remain sane doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's funny. So,
actually, no, I'm pretty good.
I think reverse speech really gives you some balance in life.
Oh,
yeah. It has for me, right? I don't have drastic swings from disaster to riches, back to disaster to riches. You know, it's more of an even ride mentally and spiritually, I think. And it has changed some of my major belief systems, too.
Yeah. Well, and mine. Yeah.
And I think I'm better off for that, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
Yeah, I was very much a fundamentalist Christian when I started my research into reverse speech. And reverse speech showed me the folly of that path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and, you know, it's talks a lot about God, but that's all it mentions.
Absolutely.
You know,
every time.
There's nothing else important.
Yep.
So, yeah, and your relationship to God.
Yeah, we should do some of. I might do some of those reversals next show. God reversals and soul reversals, and
yeah. Well, I heard I was listening to a theory this morning that some belief systems in this world believe that we have more than one soul. And I was thinking, I don't think I've ever come across somebody that had souls in reverse.
No, I've never seen it in reverse.
Yeah.
I've seen attachments in reverse.
Yeah.
I'm working with one right now, actually. She had quite a
nasty
reversal about the attachment.
Yeah, that's not good. As I understand it, we're given the soul at birth or at conception.
Right.
Right, and we're supposed to take care of it, and we kind of do the opposite.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, whether by choice or not. Of course, a lot of stuff is passed down to us. Yeah, there's not much we can do anything about that until we get older.
Yeah.
That's where reverse speech comes in. It's to help us with those things. Yeah.
Yeah, this reverse. I can't play it because the client's tape. I don't have the permission, but I'll tell you what it says. She's talking about what's attached to her, talking about her daughter, and the reverse speech says her goddess has a ghost on it.
Ooh.
Isn't that an interesting statement? Her goddess has a ghost on it.
Interesting.
Sounds like an attachment, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd certainly do more to find out more about that.
Yeah, I want to know more about that. Yeah, we're doing a pre-trance tape next. I want to... I mean, you know me, Jeff. I'm a pretty skeptical sort of guy, which is a bit ironic given I'm the founder of reverse speech.
Yeah.
But gee, when you see reverse like that, I got to start asking questions. Wow, is that an attachment? And what is an attachment? What does that mean? I mean,
that's kind of a rare thing too.
Very rare. Yes. Very rare. So if you want to know all about the soul and God, come to reverse speech. We can tell you all of that. I remember I wrote a very prophetic line in way back in '87 in Beyond Backward Masking, my first book. I ended the last chapter by saying maybe in time it could provide us with secrets about the soul and the meaning of life. And I think it does exactly that. I've written a lot of these insights into my book. It's only a metaphor. You got to get it's only a metaphor. It's 560 pages. It goes right. It's an autobiography. One of my reviews on Amazon said they didn't like it because I got in my personal life. And I think, well, what do you think an autobiography is?
What are you going to write about? The president? My autobiography.
Of course I talk about my personal life.
That's funny.
I know, I read that and go, huh? It's an autobiography, you idiot.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. It's like the gal that was on Facebook that said that where does the rest of the moon go when it's not full?
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe that.
I couldn't believe it either, but I guess there's people out there that believe this planet is flat.
Oh, there are. They post. Some of the most nasty posts I get are on moon landing YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one guy posted there just this week saying, I've lost all respect for this channel now. We did not go to the moon.
They've got the high-resolution digital photos of all the landing sites.
Yes, they do. You can go and see it.
What more would you need? You know.
The Chinese are going to the Apollo 17 site with a rover in the
Yeah. They're doing pretty good. I just heard something about a project they're working on. Maybe like a great big space station.
Oh, really?
That's gonna, rotate and have its own gravity and everything, big enough for that.
Oh, really? The Chinese?
Yeah, I think that's what they're working on.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And I think that's awesome, because I'd love to go to outer space.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no place to go up there when you go up there. So it'd be nice to have some place to go. And then the other thing is it would be fun to play around in microgravity, but when it's time to sleep or eat or use the bathroom, I want gravity.
Especially using the bathroom. That's the thing that scares me the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
The zero-G bathroom. I don't think I like that idea.
Yeah. So you got to have, a station that spins and creates its own centrifugal force to give us some gravity.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, so there you go, folks. I have written my name into the collective unconscious, and that proves several things. A, it can be done. be we can get a hold of and take conscious control of our evolution. If enough people decide to do that, we can influence the collective unconscious. It proves the executive unconscious exists. Well, I think reverse speech proves the existence of the collective unconscious, not the Oates metaphor. It's just another aspect.
Yeah. Definitely we find information that we possibly couldn't know any other way. So that's got to come from somewhere.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll collect more Oates metaphors, I think. I need to get a few more. I think, what did I play? About 20, I think. I played about 20. So, that's a fair number.
Yeah. Well, I remember, wasn't there a few times that reversal was found on historical stuff that had your name in it?
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right.
The one that comes to mind is the 1947 recording of New York, New York.
Oh, right. You want to pull that up? Let me see.
Do you have that?
I should have it. Let me see if I can get my hands on that.
If you can find it, that's the main question.
Yeah. That's the $6 question, isn't it? New York. Here it is.
I'll make a brand new start of it.
And this is David Oates something. Hang on, I can't remember what it says now. David Oates, we never something.
We never give well.
Oh yeah. And that's on New York, New York. Here's the chords again.
I'll make a brand new start of it.
And David Oates, we never give well.
David Oates, we never give well.
Well, there we go. Well, that's, gee, what year was that? 1950? 40?
47.
47?
Yeah, just.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, that's interesting. Oh, well, that throws a bit of a spanner in the works.
The complementarity is interesting, too, on that.
Yeah, it is. Huh, interesting.
He's talking about a brand new beginning forward.
Uh-huh.
Backwards, he's talking about reverse speech.
That's what reverse speech is here for, to give us this brand new beginning. And let me...
Do you have the one from the Hindenburg recording?
Yeah, I sure do. This is a really interesting one. Here we go.
I've sort of recovered from the terrific explosion and the terrific crash that occurred just as it was being pulled down to the mooring mast. They're still smoking and flaming and crackling and banging down there.
And there was a fire burst with a gas heater.
Oh.
Pipe burst. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There was a pipe burst with a gas heater. Nice and clear.
Yeah. What about, there was a David Oates one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, okay. Now that's going to be just a little bit more difficult to put my hand on. I don't know where I've got all the Hindenburg reversals filed. Let me see if I can. When did we do that? What year did we do that? We did that in
maybe. I can't even remember where I was when I did that.
No. So there's
99 maybe, 2000.
Yeah. Oh, here they are. Got them. Okay. All right. So where is the Oates one? Tell David Oates doesn't matter.
Now, whether it's on the people were witnessing it, we do not know. But as it exploded, they raced back. And now it's smoking a terrific black smoke floating up into the sky.
And tell David Oates, does it matter?
Yeah,
I'll be bothered.
Yeah,
Gee whiz. Whoa. That's what year is that?
1936.
36?
Maybe.
Wow. Okay, all right. Well then, okay, that's a bit of a mystery, guys. And here's one that says, "Who is that Oates?"
And below the table, you see a relief map of the various areas of the world.
Oh, yeah.
Who is that Oates?
Who is that Oates?
Huh.
Who is that Oates?
Well, what am I doing? Geez, that's almost like a prediction. Who Oates is coming. Oh, my.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And that was May of 1937, actually.
Gee whiz. Yeah. Just incredible stuff. Mind-blowing. Wow.
And one of my favorite all-time reversals in that Hindenburg collection, too, and that's the face is adorned with the dark wolf.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's find that one. Yeah, and these are reversals that you found, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So here's the forwards.
It's practically standing still now. They've dropped ropes out of the nose of the ship, and has been taken a hold of down on the field by a number of men.
Okay, that face is adorned with the dark wolf.
Face is adorned with the dark wolf.
Oh, the face, not that face. I'm sorry. Right. The face is adorned with the dark wolf.
Face is adorned with the dark wolf. Face is adorned with the dark wolf.
Well, it was a Nazi shit, wasn't it?
Yep. And it was sporting that great big Nazi flag on the side of it.
Ah, yeah, right. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
And the complementarity is interesting, too, because forwards, he says they're dropping ropes out of the nose of the ship, and backwards, face appears.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So there you have David Oates back in 1936. Wow. It's just incredible.
Predictive.
Yeah. Now, I've got some other Oates reversals somewhere. Let me see if I can put my hands on them at the top of my head. Oh, no, these are reversals on me. I'm sorry. I thought I had more. These are my reversals. So, okay. Well, this is part of what my mission is. It was clear that he needed to have a different life.
That's interesting. That was.
And this is defeat the bad within. Oh, yeah. Because that's what I do for a living. That's what I do for a living. Defeat the bad within. You there, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an interesting one. And,
yes, it is.
Yeah. And, look, I'm going to play a reversal on me that's one of my favourites. I don't play this one often enough. It's funny. I'm negotiating with a client for the price of session work.
Yes.
We'll go half price then.
Well,
you've got money problems. And I haggle, we'll wiggle. I haggle, we'll wiggle. That's funny.
I haggle, we'll wiggle.
That's funny.
I haggle, we'll wiggle.
Something you find on a marketing guy or something.
Oh, yeah, right. It is, isn't it? That must be my old insurance days still living in me. Although there was not much haggling in insurance. The price that was it. You pay it or you don't pay it. Not much haggling there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have stayed in the insurance business, David.
Oh, God, no. Did I ever tell you how I left that?
Probably.
Yeah, I was with a client doing a sales presentation, and I just didn't believe what I was saying. And I said, look, I'm sorry, I don't believe this. And I packed up and left. And that was it.
That was that, huh? Wow.
That was the end of my insurance career. Yeah.
Yeah, I could never sell anybody anything. I know I got a relative who's sells automobiles.
Yeah, right.
For big dealers, right? They're just liars. Absolute liars and thieves.
Yeah.
And he even admits it to me, but that's the business, And I could never do that, any more than I could make my living killing things.
Right.
You know, it's just not within me to do that. So.
No. All right. So tell me, Jeff, what do you think about the concept of my name in the collective? What do you think that means?
Well, I think it's an important step towards the acceptance of reverse speech.
Oh, okay.
All right. I mean, if you've put your metaphor into the collective unconscious. It stands for truth and the process of finding truth and living your lives in truth.
Uh-huh.
And I think what will happen from there is it's kind of a trickle-down effect.
Right. Yeah.
Right? It begins to seep into people's, personal collective unconscious.
Yep.
And then it gets down into just the subconscious and then eventually into the conscious mind.
Yep.
And I'm sure it's a long process, but I think that's what it is. It's exactly a trickle-down effect.
Yeah.
I was taught when I went through spiritual training that anything in the physical world that exists already existed in the collective unconscious.
Oh, yeah.
Before the physical ever.
Absolutely. Like the internet's a reflection of the connection we have with all of us. We all
with each other.
With
exactly.
Each other. Unconscious communication nets, and that's what
I
the
also
internet's all about.
Yeah, I always found it very interesting that the same year you discovered reverse speech, which separated before that our, the side of us, the unconscious that speaks in reverse, and the consciousness were separated. And then with reverse speech, now they're no longer separated. And the same year you discovered that was the same year the Berlin Wall came down.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yes. The physical manifestation of the
right.
Parting of the veil.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's what I think reverse speech is the parting of the veil.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, I don't talk about this sort of stuff as often as I should, but yeah, it's all very significant. It is opening the collective, opening us to the world within, to the unconscious. The unconscious kingdoms is what I call it. So, as Jesus said, we fight not. I can't remember the quote now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Forget it. I won't quote something I can't remember. That's a Bible school was 40 years ago now. What can I say?
Yes. But, and I think the Bible hints at reverse speech too. We've talked about that before.
The what? Sorry.
The Bible.
Uh-huh.
And what it says, things that Jesus said makes me think that he was absolutely aware of reverse speech. And it was probably why he was a perfect man, because of his awareness of that.
I totally agree. All right, that's the end of our show. Thanks to everyone. Go and get It's Only Metaphor. It's onlymetaphor.com. Find out all about it. See you next week, everyone. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Would you like to change your life? Maybe access your deepest potential? Do you have blocks that hold you back, or long-term issues you haven't been able to resolve? Then reverse speech session work is for you. With reverse speech session work, your voice is recorded and then analysed for speech reversals. These reversals will give a detailed look into the unconscious mind and pinpoint precise reasons for current behavioural problems. Then following another recording, a series of metaphoric journeys into the unconscious mind are mapped out and delivered to you. These journeys will change deep unconscious structures and hence current behaviour. Change your life today. Sign up for Reverse Speech session work. Go to www.reversespeech.com or call 503 568 7077.